What's up, everybody? Today is Friday, February 9th, 2024. The Bitcoin block height we're at right now is 829,742. TikTok next block. You guys read the title of this video. It's a sad day in America, ladies and gentlemen. Very sad day in America. Two great things happened and one bad thing happened. So let's get to it. So first thing that happened yesterday, when I talked about this in last night's video, is Tucker Carlson went over to Russia early February, a couple days ago, and he did the interview with Putin, which was great. And you saw Putin, right? Putin looked strong, talking well, giving a history lesson, a 30-minute history lesson. I watched that whole interview too, by the way, and I suggest you do too. And on a side note, before I forget, subscribe to Tucker Carlson's Tucker Carlson Network, TCN. It's $9 a month if you do it monthly, but if you do it for the year, it's only $6 a month for $72 a year. Just pay the yearly, man, $72. And the reason I'm saying that is because, you know, we're freedom fighters on this channel, and in my opinion, he is the modern day Barbara Walters / you know, all the greats combined in today's media. He's the only one really that we got left that's going around doing these things. I like Patrick Bet-David too and a couple other guys, but that's not their main job. You know what I mean? Joe Rogan does other things. Russell Brand does other things. Patrick Bet-David's a businessman, but I'm talking about pure journalism. It's Tucker Carlson. But anyways, so that's the first thing. Second thing is Donald Trump here in Las Vegas. He came here and won the caucus. I've seen two numbers. He got 98% of the vote, and then another one he got 99% of the vote. And that was great. And then he came. You know, he was at I think he was at Treasure Island. I didn't go to it. And you know, he spoke and he spoke for a long time, and he looked strong. You know what I mean? So Putin looked strong, and Trump looks strong. Now let's talk about the third thing that makes me sad today. And that's our quote-unquote president, what I like to call him, president in name only, is Joe Biden. So two things with Joe Biden. One is he got basically the charges dropped that they're trying to charge Trump with, which I never thought they was going to charge Trump with that once they found Biden's classified documents as a senator, by the way, and a vice president. They dropped the charges, but the reason why they dropped them is because they had to write a report on, because you know they were going to drop him anyways, of course. It's a two-tier justice system, ladies and gentlemen. They dropped the charges, but they had to write a report. The guy had to write a report, and then that report, you saw what they wrote. Basically, he's an old man. He's got bad memory loss, and basically gave all these reasons why he should be, instead of being in the White House, he should be in an old folks home, in a nursing home. Seriously. So instead of taking it on the chin, what does Joe Biden do? Joe Biden gets emotional, and he goes out there and he makes a speech. First of all, that was a stupid decision for him to make that speech. Dumb decision. And he was doing okay for a little bit. If you haven't seen it, take a look.
Let me tell you something. Some of you have commented. I wear, since the day he died, every single day, the rosary he got from Our Lady of... Simple truth is, I sat for a 5-hour interview over 2 days of events. I'm going to continue what I've always focused on, my job of being President of the United States of America. Now, thank you, and I'll take some questions.
President Biden, something the special counsel said in his report is that one of the reasons you were not charged is because, in his description, you are a well-meaning elderly man with a poor memory.
I'm well-meaning, and I'm an elderly man, and I know what the hell I'm doing. I've been president. I put this country back on its feet. I don't need his recommendation. It's totally
bad is your memory, and can you continue as president?
My memory is so bad, I let you speak. That's
Your
my
memory has gotten worse, Mr. President?
My memory is not good. My memory is fine. Now, what was the last part of your question?
So yeah, okay, that's our quote unquote commander in chief. Now let's state the obvious here, guys. Us on this channel, we already know. You didn't have to tell us these things, right? The thing is, we're talking to the normies right now, meaning the normies that watch MSNBC and CNN and ABC and NBC and CBS and the rest of it, and don't really have time to break stuff down and are curious like us and watch other streams of media besides the legacy media. It's for them to say, oh my God, you know. So what happens the next day, today? What does the mainstream media do? They start going into damage control mode. Now, not CNN as much. CNN did do it because CNN is not as far left as MSDNC. MSDNC is basically a Democratic network that is Trump deranged and thirstful for power. It's just a complete propaganda nonsense. So is CNN. But CNN is not worse than MSNBC. CNN is just Trump deranged. And that's the only reason they can be on TV, and the only reason they get their ratings, because they have to talk about Trump all the time, or nobody gives a shit about what they say. So if you have TDS, you can watch both channels. But it depends on what level of Trump derangement you have, because remember, it is Trump derangement syndrome season right now, ladies and gentlemen. Depends on where you're at on the spectrum of the left. There's different kind of left wingers. Depends on what you want to watch, but most of them probably watch both of them. But in any case, they're doing damage control today. Instead of saying, you know, the charges were dropped, this, that, and the third, you know, thank you for dropping the charges, the guy who did it. Instead, they're going off on him. Now, mind you, this is the man that dropped the charges on Biden. They're going off on him, saying basically, why'd you write that report? He's a Trumper, they said. He's a Trumper, but he dropped the charges. I mean, this is how loony these people are, man, right? And it's just so crazy what's going on in this country, man. It's just, I never thought I'd see this. Never. And I'm going to say this, okay? You mark my words. They are going to do anything not to let Donald Trump become the president. Donald Trump is so strong right now, it doesn't even make any sense, right? So because he's so strong, they have to make sure they're not going to let the people make a choice. You know, and everybody's talking about Gavin, the American Psycho Newsom, and Michelle Michael Obama running against them, and that's cool, whatever. But neither one of them, even if they're together on a ticket, they're not going to beat Donald Trump. They're just not. Because people are sick and tired of this bullshit, despite what Hillary Clinton and the rest of them have to say about it. I truly believe there will not be an election in 2024. I hope I'm wrong, okay? I hope I'm wrong. If they can't take Donald Trump off the ballot or get him out of the race somehow, some way, I don't think there'll be an election, because Donald Trump is going to win in a landslide. Okay, this is not primary season right now. Okay, because Nikki Haley is just a complete joke. She's just hanging around just in case. You know what Nikki Haley reminds me of? Nikki Haley reminds me of if two girls go out, a pretty girl and the ugly girl, right? You can take a guess which one's the ugly girl. And they're at a party, and they both want this one guy. But the one guy wants the pretty girl, of course. But the pretty girl is like, you know, she's looking around at other things and stuff. And she's just waiting. She's just waiting around so the pretty girl will say, nah, I don't want to. Or maybe the pretty girl will go home or something like that to get the guy. In other words, she knows she can't beat Donald Trump. She knows the ugly girl can't beat the pretty girl in getting the guy. And Donald Trump can't lose this election. He can't. But the only way he's going to do it if they knock him off the ballot or something happens in the court case or something like that, because she knows she can't win. In a few weeks, they're going to have the voting in South Carolina. She is going to get her ass kicked in South Carolina. And if she still sticks around after that, and I'm going to say this, I don't care what kind of ass kissing Nikki Haley does after this after she gets her ass kicked in South Carolina. Donald Trump better not put her anywhere near the White House or in the cabinet. You can't do it, man. You can't. Now, if you want to kiss and make up and be okay and, you know, do what's best until the election to be acting like you're her friend, I got no problem with that. I'll play politics. But you can't let a backstabbing snake like that anywhere near your cabinet. So, moral of the story is this, guys. Learn about politics, see what's going on. And I'm going to say this real quick. The reason why I'm saying it's a sad day is because as much as I don't like Joe Biden, I do not like Joe Biden, and I don't feel sorry for him one bit. I just don't. He's an evil man, in my opinion. He's done a lot of crooked stuff, and he's completely screwed this country up. I'm sad because this is a infamous day, or yesterday was an infamous day to see our country this week on the national stage. To see a guy come out and say, and this is why it was bad, he dropped the charges, which he shouldn't have dropped, and then he come out and said, well, he's not good enough, or he's not well enough to stand trial. That's why we're gonna drop it. But oh, by the way, everybody's saying he's still gonna be president. He's good enough to be the president, though. This is absolutely insane, man. This is craziness. All the money printing and all the stuff that's going on. It's a damn shame, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And again, guys, work your ass off. You know, put your head down, stay informed, go to the gym, get your spirit right with God, get your mind right, read some books, learn something you didn't know before, and become the best version of yourself. And when you're working your ass off for that money and you're putting it away, I got a savings account for you. And you guys already know the best way to save, and to me the only way to save, is through Bitcoin. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.